Hi, I'm Greg Hunter. This is the weekly news wrap up for Friday, March 25th, 2018. I'm at a farm in Missouri. You can hear my neighbor in the distance with his mowing his 2-acre yard. Just the sounds of country, nature. Talk to you about the farm report, what's going on out here. Also, I just wanted to tell you the top story. No, it's not Trump pulling out of the talks with Kim Jong-un and North Korea. It is this. DOJ briefs Congress, FBI, informant now called Spygate. And this is just widely reported. Some of the names that popped up, Brennan, these are all top intelligence people and top Obama people. Brennan and Clapper, top intelligence people. Powers, Comey, Lynch, Rice, Holder, Rosenstein, McCabe, Mueller, and yes, there's no way Obama didn't know this was going on. All involved in trying to frame Trump while covering the crimes of Hillary Clinton. And I keep hearing these people talk about this, about how, it's one political party over another one, and, they're just their political views, and they shouldn't be doing that. Folks, this is not just simple, your political views. This isn't that. Why would people commit felony after felony after felony after felony to try to knock out an incoming presidential candidate, and after he is elected, try to frame him for a crime? This was a famed federal prosecutor, Joe DeGenova, as so aptly pointed out. They were framing Trump while exonerating the real criminal, Hillary Clinton. And the reason why they were exonerating her is she was going to cover up all the other crime. The fraud of the no-signature Iran deal, the Fast and Furious, the Russians, actual real Russian collusion, racketeering, extortion, espionage, bribery with the Uranium One deal, and stuff we don't even know about yet. This is off the charts. And the offense, they're trying to turn, Comey and Clapper and Brennan, and they're trying to turn offense like this was normal, or this was good for Donald Trump. Or this is human in, the correct term, Comey's out tweeting, stupid. Talking about their human intelligence. They thought that the Russians were trying to find out about the Russians. Funny, they weren't in the Clinton campaign for that. The other thing was, this whole story, and I want to point you back to this, centers around the hacking of the Democratic National Committee servers, which the FBI and the Homeland Security were never allowed to look at. This was the murder weapon, the scene of the crime. This is where all this Russian thing happened. Rush Limbaugh aptly pointed out, did you have any spies in the Clinton campaign? Yeah, well, this is all BS. No, of course they didn't. I mean, all the lies. I mean, Comey, we didn't exonerate Hillary Clinton in Congress. He lied to Congress that until after the investigation was done. Lie. Why would they do that? It's not. You keep hearing about how, well, it's just the aggressive political stance of one party over another. No, these are people trying to cover up fraud, crime, treason, bribery. These are obstruction of justice. This is one felony after another. That's what it's really all about. You have the leader of the Democrat in the House talking about Kim Jong-un must be having a giggle fit. Pelosi, Dems mock Trump for pulling out of summit. The Democrats are rooting for Kim Jong-un, a guy that has, 125,000, 250,000 political prisoners. They march people out in the street and just shoot them in the head. And she's for them. Of course, what I've been telling you about the Democrats. They're communist, Marxist. Now their new thing is, we're running military people. We're running people that have service to the country, to make you think they're like a Republican. And they're going to stand up to Pelosi. Not. I don't know what they're running on. They're running on, we're for the communists. They're running on, we're going to raise your taxes. We're going to take away your Second Amendment. And your First Amendment right, too, as Hillary so proudly said. There are limits on both. We're for Antifa. We're for universal basic income. We're for taking a knee in front of the national anthem. Black Lives Matter, and not in Chicago. What are they going for here? We're going to have military people run, so it makes you think they're like a Republican, but really they're just more of the Marxist communists that we're already running. She's making fun of Donald Trump. He's gotten farther than anybody. I mean, let's just talk about China. Clinton gave away the store. Bill Clinton, president in the 90s, he just gave away the store. He gave away tons of money, said this was a great deal, and that really didn't work out. And they ran him and his administration through the ringer. George Bush, he didn't, 43, he didn't much care. The most he could do was name North Korea as part of the axis of evil. Obama could care less. He just wanted to, can't we all just get along? I mean, he told Donald Trump the biggest problem you have facing America, this is as he's leaving the White House, he gets out, is North Korea. And what's Trump do right away? Boom, gets on it right away. And Pelosi is making fun? Just be having a giggle fit. Are you stupid? Crazy? Marxist communist? Who are you? This whole deal, I mean, now Trump pulls out of the summit. Then, not long after that, Kim Jong-un. Oh, wait, hold on, don't be rash, or whatever. This is going to go on for a while, folks. We're not negotiating with Kim Jong-un. North Korea is China's crown jewel of crazy. That's right. North Korea is China's crown jewel of crazy. They could stop that in 2 weeks. They could shut the whole country down in 2 weeks and pull their border, boom, right up to the demilitarized zone, DMZ at against South Korea if they wanted to. They could stop him from having nuclear weapons if they wanted to. They stop that just like that. But they like this. They're using this as a political chip. North Korea, because China wants to settle out the South China Sea and get basically not have a war over that. There's all kinds of trade implications with Donald Trump, who's like, whoa, you can't have all these tariffs on our cars and all this other stuff. There's all kinds of that, and I think things were going too fast. And the Chinese, 1 minute they have a meeting with Kim Jong-un, things all going just great, and hostages are being released. The next minute they have another meeting, and boom, they stop. Donald Trump says, hey, they're not negotiating in good faith. I'm not going to go over there and meet this little weasel and be embarrassed and get nothing. There's going to be preconditions, and the preconditions are going to be pretty stout before Donald Trump shows up, because basically what he's saying, the preconditions really are there's going to be a deal, because I'm not going to look stupid by having this, monkey spank and back and forth with Kim Jong-un, his 28-year-old who murdered his family members to stay in power. He's not going to do that. They're not going to talk. They're going to have it hammered out. And the big blocker here is China, so I'm not surprised. China, they want major concessions on trade, on intellectual property. They want major concessions on everything they can get, on South China Sea, on all that stuff. My neighbor just got done finished mowing his yard. Great, it's a little quieter now. But so that's what's going on there. This is a negotiation with China. As a moan again. Anyway, and with China, with their front man Kim Jong-un, they're the crown jewel of crazy. They don't want to give up. They want to use it as a card. Oh, we can make him not be crazy, but we need you to move on this and this. And Trump doesn't want to do that. He wants to do just North Korea as North Korea. The South China Sea is South China Sea, and the trade thing is just a trade thing. I don't think China wants to do that. I think they want to lump all kinds of other stuff in. This whole thing lives and dies on China. Period. The end. We're negotiating with China. So I don't see how that's going to get settled anytime soon. There's a big complicated things have to be done. I will tell you that we've been told that this economy is doing great. And listen, I want the economy to do well. I think the economy, we'd be in a full-blown depression. Who knows, World War III, if Hillary would have taken over. She wouldn't have cut all the regulation and brought back all this money and repatriated all this money and kept things going. She wouldn't have done it. Trump has done all this stuff. He actually has been good for the economy. The unemployment rate has come down slightly. If you look at John Williams, it's about 21%. It was as high as 23%, so we've gotten a little better. And better than what it would have been for sure. I mean, I want Trump to succeed. and do well. But he just came in the office with $20 trillion of debt. And we had Martin Armstrong on, and he says that the what's going to break up first is the bond market, and people are going to run into the stock market, and America is the prettiest ugly sister in the bunch, and whatever. That's his words, not mine. But there's major chinks and cracks in the economy, and this is just one: subprime chaos, auto bubble bursting, and it's worse than 2008. And if you look at this, consumers are defaulting on subprime auto loans when economy is reportedly doing very well. They're already supporting on these subprime nobody down loans, these crazy things. New average monthly payment, and I thought this was shocking. It's $515,000. It's an all-time high for a monthly car payment. I mean, when I was a kid, what you try to get is a 36-month note and have that thing paid off in 3 years. That was the best way to buy a car. That way you paid as little amount of interest as possible, and you got the car, fast. You got the title, so you wouldn't be upside down on it. You could take a look at the same article where it said that the easy money and then 0% interest rates have declined. Car sales have also declined. I mean, a month ago, General Motors had a 20% off list. One of the dealers had 20% off list plus another 5%, 25% off list price because they're having an inventory glut. I mean, a lot of them have 80 to 90 days of cars, trucks on the lot. So they're not selling, and they're what are they doing? They can't cut interest rates, so they're cutting the price of the vehicle to make the payment lower, but the payments are still going up because interest rates are going up. We have the 10-year Treasury that's around 3% now. I talked to my friend Gregory Mannarino, and he says, listen, I think the Fed's going to have a hard time raising rates. I think that if they're going to raise rates, it'll be one and done until after the election in June. That's it. One and done. Mannarino says, I don't think they can even do that. Mannarino brought up this thing about home values. We also have he also sent me something on 43% of people couldn't meet their necessities. They can't make their necessities. There's another one. He says, hey, this is the same thing that happened just before the 2007-8 meltdown. Home values are skyrocketing at the fastest pace since 2016. So you got the car market in trouble. The housing market hasn't gotten into trouble yet. But you have, medium home values increased 8.7% on average nationwide. That's April to April. Some markets, home prices were up 26% in 1 year. Again, April to April. That's unbelievable, folks. And then the information about people can't meet their necessities every month. 43% of people. A lot of people don't have $400, in savings. We just have a lot of people who are living just on the cash flow and don't have any other money, period, the end. And what Donald Trump is trying to do, I'm sure he's trying to get this thing stretched out until at least after the midterm elections, so people like Nancy Pelosi don't take and impeach him along with all the other Democrats, just because they don't like him politically, and he's attacking their voter fraud and election fraud. That's what's going on. I mean, Trump is attacking voter fraud, election fraud. He's attacking the borders. He wants to build a wall. They can't import more voters for their crazy, their crazy time of we want to raise your taxes and have open borders, and we want little boys, little girls going to the bathroom with men. We want the unisex bathrooms. This is what they're pushing, folks. This is the craziest of crazy time. And so what do they have to have? They have to have election fraud, voter fraud, open borders. They have to flood people in. They have to get them to vote illegally. They have to have people in. Trump is the counter to all that. He is attacking all that. He is the guy that's that is going after that. Another big tell here is the Deutsche Bank. Now, the only reason why I bring up Deutsche Bank, they're laying off 7,000 jobs in a big shakeup globally. But read this down here. Back in 2016, the IMF said DB, that's Deutsche Bank, that's their symbol, most systemically dangerous bank. This is in June of 2016, and that is not a sign that the economy's getting better. They should be removing that thing. They should be hiring people, but the opposite. It's still on. They're most systemically dangerous bank. They did not back off that. Actually, the IMF added another 8 banks that could take down the world since that deal. I think in 2017, but not a good sign, folks. Just be careful. Things could zig and zag. We could get a black swan, and pow. We could be, wow, nobody saw that coming. That's what they said back in 2008 when the whole thing melted down. Listen, I don't want it to melt down. I'm sure Trump doesn't either. I think he wants to try to stretch it out probably until 2020, which is why he got I think the biggest thing he got through the tax cut bill was just the repatriation of cash and lower tax rates, which, yes, will cost us money. I figure Trump probably figures, what the heck, we're already $20 trillion in debt. What's another couple of trillion over the next 10 years? But he got this drilling in Anwar and drilling on Gull Island and drilling off the coast and all this oil drilling. We're going to be the world's exporter of oil, by the year 2020, maybe sooner, the world's net exporter of oil. So there you go. I will tell you, on the way out here to Missouri, I drove through North Carolina, Western North Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, Illinois, and I'm going to tell you the word that described it all was just lush. Winter wheat was way up, looked beautiful and thick. Corn was already planted in most places. Behind me, you see the corn already planted. There's an old saying out here in farm country that corn should be waist high by the 4th of July. This is going to certainly make it. I mean, this is the corn crop's doing great. The eastern half of the country, there's almost no drought. But you can't say that for the western and particularly the southwestern part of the country. This is what it looks like here. Of course, here's Missouri. I'm here over on the eastern part of the state. Here is the drought going on out west in the southwest. Woo, it's bad. I mean, it is like Dust Bowl days, they say. It is really bad. And, I hope this thing doesn't move like a storm over to the from west to east. But I don't know what's going to break this up. Maybe a hurricane that comes in here and comes in from the Gulf and then goes up into here. It might break that up. Of course, if you talk to Dane Wigington, he'll tell you that the geoengineering is probably a lot to do with cutting off the water in some places and making it rain in other places. So it's a tale of two worlds here in America. On the eastern half, in Missouri east, in north of Missouri, in the central part, Iowa, the grain-producing states, Nebraska, they're all doing well, but the southwest, not doing well. And they grow a lot of grain and have a lot of cattle, and I think they have some hogs too, but mostly cattle, a lot of grain, a lot of cattle, a lot of other vegetables, fruit, things like that out in the west and southwest portion of America. So that's the farm report, just to let you know that. A couple of orders of business, last week I brought up about demonetization, but I still have emails, and I thank every single person that sends a donation. I don't care if it's $1 or a couple $100, which I appreciate it all, but I send an email, and I'm constantly having people telling me after I come out with this warning, listen, check your spam box. My emails are Greg Hunter or USA Watchdog or info or Greg at USA Watchdog or whatever, things with my name on it, Greg Hunter, are going into people's spam boxes. I'm still getting reported on that. Also, too, that this is the reason why, they're talking, one of my consultants that works with me says they're going to start getting rid of conservative people off of YouTube come September of 2018. They want to get rid of conservative voices so they can swing this midterm election with the phony, Democrats that are service members that look like they're Republicans, the phony Republicans that are Democrats in reality that are going to tell you, oh, I'm for the Second Amendment, I'm going to stand up to Nancy Pelosi. Right, until right after they get elected. And then, but they are, that is what they're doing. The social media people who want to limit certain kinds of speech, like any speech that is for conservative values or for Donald Trump or for the Constitution, we the people. But they're going to start doing that. Why am I telling you this? Because this is why I have this join feature at the top of the page. It's the same as Greg's private messages if you look on the right side of the page. I don't spam people. I don't sell my list. Once in a while I have my only sponsor is Discount Gold and Silver Trading. Once in a while she'll put out a deal, like she put out quarter and half ounces for the same commission as a 1 ounce coin. So that was pretty cool. So you buy 2 half ounces, you pay no more commission than what you would for a 1 ounce coin. But also I have, and she hasn't had that out for a while, And then I have out, I do promotional stuff, but I don't do much. I've had people sign up and say, "Well, I signed up for your messages, but it must be broke." No, I just don't. I don't send out much. But if they take me off of YouTube, if they try to delist me from, Google, they try to come after me, I'm going to be using my email list, and I want to stay in contact with you. And that is right now on the YouTube page, which says stay in contact with USA Watchdog. Also join Greg's private messages. It's all the same. If you want to just give me your email, and that way, if these weasels are successful in taking me off, they may not. I don't know. But if they do, I'll be able to contact you and tell you about stuff I have on. I'll still keep doing what I'm doing. But it'll just become tougher. That's what they're trying to do, make it tougher. Anyway, all that to say this: thank you so much for supporting USA Watchdog with your comments and your donations. That helps us out. Remember, fear not. Prepare yourself mentally, physically, above all spiritually. Fear not. God the Father and the Son, Jesus Christ, are firmly in control. And don't let these weasels make you fearful and paralyze you and make you freak out and rob you of your joy and rob you of your faith. That's what fear not means. Fear not. God the Father and His Son, Jesus Christ, are firmly in control. Thanks for supporting USAWatchdog.com.